Hello everyone, Ebomb113 here with another video. So this is more of a behind the scenes of how my building process typically works when I work on things. So this is just my setup for my parts. As you can tell, I got quite a few. So pretty much what I did is I went to Walmart and just bought a fish tackle box, a very large one, and just kind of separated pieces that way. So actually started with a little assortment box way back when I first bought my first few Mega Block sets. I had a few spare pieces and I wanted to keep them separate from my Lego collection. So I emptied out an old, it was like a rock separator. So I used to collect rocks when I was little. It was probably silly as that sounds. Um, I would, collect rocks. So I emptied that out, and like it was pretty much similar to these. It was just a really bigger. It was a lot bigger, and had thicker dividers. And that's how I kept my pieces sorted. And as time went on, I collected more parts and collected more things on clearance and made, custom sets out of things. And I needed more space, so kind of eventually just graduated to this. And to be honest, I'm still thinking about getting an even bigger tackle box and giving this either to like a family member or selling it or something. So anyway, I'll get on with my little review. So I'll get started with those smaller pieces. So I tried to organize it best I could. Ignore the recycling bin right there. So I have like smaller pieces, tubes, I don't know what else to call them, but as you can see, they're pretty separated. Then you move on to more like brick-based stuff. So you have the smaller 1x1 pieces, the 2x2, 4x1, a little bit smaller pieces. Then you have like more specialized pieces. So you have like sloped pieces, flat pieces, more brick, a little bit bigger brick-based sets. So then you go on to the main, and all three of those fit inside this compartment here. Then here, typically have like a little bit bigger plates that won't fit in the smaller tackle boxes. And on this side, I just have a few miscellaneous pieces. So like any of those, they're just kind of random or weird. I put in there. And on top, you have two compartments. This is mostly 2x2s. Pardon me. And then I actually use these Lego pieces. They come in really handy for separating bricks, so you don't have to use your fingers or your teeth. As long as you got the right angle, you can put it on and use it like a crowbar. Pull it off. Or you can use this little lip right here to get between the bricks, lift up. So those come in handy. On the other side, I have more flat pieces. Or more, should say, just basic. They're a little bit longer than the 2x4s. Yeah, they go in there pretty much. Then, these two snap off. This opens up. But you gotta make sure those are closed or you're gonna be picking up pieces for a while. Then I have typically my thicker 2x4s and a little bit longer pieces. On the other side, I have more like structural things, so like stairs, crossbeam pieces, stuff like that. Then this is just all the other stuff that doesn't really fit in with, the typical brick-based stuff. So include armor, seats, just a few like, just a collection of things, guns, cannons. Like I said, it's just kind of a grab bag of random parts. And parts I want to keep together. Don't want to take them apart because I might use them one day. And it was getting to the point where this was getting filled. Like this top part was just almost overflowing. So what I did is I took out a lot of the parts that I haven't used in a while and put them in like one of those Call of Duty containers, shipping containers. And made like a big trash bin out of it. I might do a review on that sometime later. But then I come over here And this was not part of the original set. I went out and bought this one separate, and I have Velcro straps on the back so I can attach it to the back of the main container. But these are just more random parts, things that don't really fit too well with the typical stuff. So like you have the ratchet joints, have a section just for armored pieces. You got angled pieces. And this is kind of similar to that pile. It's just pieces that don't really fit in with the standard pieces. So you got like Cyclops fingers, a few ladders. That's just an extra divider I never took out. It's just random things. I really didn't know what to do with them, so I just kind of put them in a miscellaneous section. Then you got some and then you got like all of your angled and side pieces. So like to build on the sides of structures or vehicles. And you got like underside parts that have like the studs on both sides. There are no anti-studs on the bottom. Those come in really handy, to be honest. I've used that so much for upside down building. And then you got your like claw and bar. I don't know what to call them exactly, but yeah, they go together, make like hinge joints or make movable parts. And just a few random things. So just a little behind the scenes look. Like I said, I'm thinking about expanding them, buying a bigger fishing case. I know when I was younger, I just kind of threw everything in a tub, which I think everyone does. But then I realized how once you get into more building and a little bit more, intense techniques for building, you really need to have things organized. It makes it a lot easier. The only thing is it takes up so much space. That's the only downside to it all. Especially, I mean, I guess I could do it on the floor, but after a while, you kind of need space to walk, and stepping on a Lego is not fun. I'm sure you all know or have seen the memes about that. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this review. It's just kind of behind the scenes of what goes on when I'm building. Oh, and then I usually try to leave plenty of space to build. So I typically push that all the way over and just build in through here. So just kind of made it a little more condensed just for videotaping purposes. But that pretty much does it for review. Not review, just video. Tell me what y'all think. If you have any comments or tips for increasing my building techniques, just let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.